Do you want to deepen your connection with your partner, create stronger friendships, and become the kind of leader that people open up to and trust? I used to think I had to have all of the answers in order to be that guy, to be that man. But what I came to realize is I didn't need to have all the answers. All I needed was this one question. As men, we have this propensity to want to fix things, to solve problems, and that can become a real issue. You know that buddy that comes to you who's struggling and tries to open up and says, look, man, I'm just feeling a little bit lost. And immediately your brain jumps into, all right, Operation Let's Fix Your Life. And you start rattling off all the things you need to do. All right, man, here we go. This is what we're going to do. Step 1, we're going to fix your sleep. Step 2, digital detox. Step 3, cold plunges, journaling. We're going to do all the things. We're going to join that 5 a.m. club and we're going to get your life turned around. Only to have them stare back at you blankly, still lost, problem not resolved. At the end of the day, what they really want isn't a fix. It's just to be seen, to be heard, and to be supported. And I get it. We genuinely want to help. We think that giving advice, that hopping in with solutions is the answer. But 9 times out of 10, that is absolutely not the answer. And if you ask your intimate partner that question, I can guarantee you they will tell you that solutions are not likely what they're looking for. What I've come to learn is sometimes the most helpful thing that you can do isn't solving, it's seeing. It's not about giving answers, it's about giving space. There's a time for strategy, and then there's a time for empathy. There's a time where we just need to step back, listen, get curious, and get connected. And I know that's hard for us men because we seem to be wired for action. We want to do things, we want to solve problems right away. The problem with that is when we jump into solutions mode rather than listening mode, we break connection, we break trust. Whether that's our intimate partner, whether it's coworkers, or whether it's our friends. You see, now when somebody comes to me with a challenge they're facing in life, I lead with this question. Do you want empathy or do you want strategy? That's it. That's the shift. That one question removes the guesswork. It creates clarity. It opens the door to connection because when someone feels safe, seen, and understood, they're way more likely to ask for that help, that advice down the road. With your partner, she comes home a long, stressful day. Her boss is giving her a hard time. She's all stressed out and just overwhelmed. And you jump in with maybe you should just talk to your boss. Connection broken, trust gone, and she just gives you that look and you know you've lost her. What if you asked something a little different? What if you asked that, do you want empathy or do you want strategy question? What if you asked, do you want comfort or do you want clarity? When you build that common language with your partner, it becomes much easier. Michelle and I use that empathy and strategy language. So when one of us comes to the other with a challenge, something that we're trying to figure out, that's the first question that we ask. Do you want empathy or do you want strategy? Because both of us tend to want to jump into that strategy mode. Oftentimes that's not what's required and it's certainly not what is desired. 9 times out of 10, I just want to be heard. I want the opportunity, I want the space to be able to unpack the challenge because 9 times out of 10, I will find the solution inside of me. And the flip side of that is when we have that common language, the beauty is if I go into solution mode when she doesn't need solution mode, she can just hold up her hand, give me a kind look, and say, empathy, Mike, empathy. Right, I got it. You don't need solutions. And vice versa, and I can do the same thing. Or sometimes legitimately, if I need some strategy, I can ask for that. Look, I would really like your advice on this. I know you know these things. What can you help me out with? What would you suggest I do in this situation? And I can ask for that strategy piece. But because we've got that common language, because we've got that shared vocabulary, it makes it really easy for us. Nobody gets bent out of shape because we understand it. We've had that conversation in the calm so that when the storm comes or when the challenges arise, we don't have to explain things. We can just use those 2 words. And the beauty is you can find your own 2 words. If empathy and strategy don't resonate with you, there's a ton of other options you can use. There's a variety of different language you can use. Here's a couple. Do you want me to listen or do you want me to help solve? Are you looking for support? Or are you looking for solutions? Do you want to be heard or do you want to be helped? Is this a listening moment or a leading moment? Do you need comfort or do you want clarity? Do you want connection or direction? Would it be more helpful if I just listened? Or do you want me to offer my thoughts? Should I hold space or help figure it out? Would reflection or resolution be more helpful? Are you just thinking out loud or are you ready to make a plan? Do you want me to ask questions or give solutions? Are we just identifying the issue or are we acting on it? Are we venting or fixing? Do you want an ear or do you want a game plan? Do you need a sounding board or some advice? Do you want a hug or do you want a hammer? You know, when a buddy comes to you and he's spiraling, he's a little bit out of control, he's completely overwhelmed, your temptation is going to be to go full Joe Rogan with a protocol list, but instead you say, do you want an ear or do you want a game plan? He just exhales. You've just given him permission to be human. At work, I can't tell you how many times this happened to me as a leader of a large organization. I'd have a team member come to me with a problem, and rather than immediately providing them a solution, I would just listen. Sometimes I would ask them if they wanted strategy or empathy, but often I would just listen. 9 times out of 10, by the time they were done sharing, they'd already come up with the solution. You see, the reality is most of us have the solutions inside of us. And we tend to get a little bit defensive when somebody else starts providing us solutions. When we start providing unsolicited solutions, it breaks connection. It breaks down trust. When we provide an ear, when we hold space for somebody else that just needs to unpack what's going on in their head and their heart, we build trust, we build connection. And in our relationships, it's such a powerful thing. You know, this is something that I struggled with my kids as well. If you want to build a closer relationship with your kids, empathy or strategy, ask that question. Find the right kind of language that works for them. Are we venting or fixing? Do you want support or solutions? Do you need space or structure? It's not about perfection, it's about presence. So my challenge for you this week is the next time anybody comes to you and starts venting about a challenge or a struggle they're going through, ask them that question. Do you want empathy or do you want strategy? And see what happens. If this hits home, drop a comment. Let me know how this resonated with you. Do all the things, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified when I drop new videos. I post new videos every Monday morning and would love to have you part of the community. And if you're looking to deepen your connection with yourself, with your people, and your purpose, check out connectedmen.ca. All right, my friend, as always, stay connected, stay curious, take care.